My name's Eric Harris. I'm the Director of Winemaking here at 2E's Winery and also one of the owners. So 2E's Winery is kind of the namesake of myself, Eric, and my wife, Emily. She and I were kind of the brainchild for the winery. So we celebrated our 10-year anniversary this past May, and we're on track for about 20,000 cases for the year. And we mostly are producing wine for sale out of our tasting room and wholesale within Indiana. We also have e-commerce, but we're looking at wholesale in other states in the area. So we're big fans of fixed top tanks. The Speidel tanks are our favorites. We have a few others, but they're the simplest to clean. I love the inside walls of these tanks. They spray down with very little effort, and any other tank really that I've worked with, spraying down, you need tons of hot water, you need a lot of cleaning chemicals, you need mechanical impingement to remove tartrates, stubborn deposits. With this finish, with the 2R finish, it sprays right off. Even with cold water, I can knock down tartrates without a whole lot of effort. Cleaning time is something that really opens up a lot of opportunity costs for a winery. If you don't have to have people spending hours and hours cleaning a tank, if it's only maybe a half an hour, you can open the door up to more lab testing, more focus on quality control. And that's one of the things that I love about these tanks. We've ordered a lot of variable capacity tanks. We've had some 580 gallon tanks, 1100 gallon tanks are really great. We've got a 1700 gallon square tank that is really efficient for volume. Behind me are some 3700 gallon tanks that are custom designed specifically for the winemaking that we do here in larger volumes. So wines made from Concord grapes require a lot of sugar additions after fermentation in order to get that balance that people are looking for to reflect the juice grape quality of Concord. And so we had Speidel put in specific reinforced ports for mixing motor, for connecting several different pumps for different parts of the process, managing our cross-flow connections so that we can yield bottling days on the same day we're doing production days. So they're very unique to us. Anybody could use them if we outgrow them someday, but they're some of our favorite to work with because they're designed specifically for how we make wine here. The manways are really solid construction. When I close it, I don't have uneven gaps that I need to adjust. I don't really need to crank it too hard down because all the bracketry and assembly is very solid and well thought out so that when it seals, I can confidently know that it's closed up. I'm not gonna have a leak. I'm not gonna have any contamination problems. Also, when I'm climbing in and out of a tank, I know I'm not gonna get cut on my shoulders or sides or tear any of my clothes off because they've thought it through. The jackets on the tanks are, one could say over-engineered, but I feel like it's a fail-safe in place. So I can confidently run them at a higher pressure if I need to, which is important because I don't wanna have a repair bill and I don't want to have downtime on my tanks. Volume is not ever an issue, and they're smooth and they're perfectly done. It may sound silly to say, but it's important to me that a drain works, and the drain ports on these tanks leave nothing behind. You would think that that would be a standard feature of all tanks, but there's always some that leave a little bit in the tank. These are always going to drain. They're easily cleaned, and the nice thing about them is there's always a little depression in the conical bottom of the tank that makes sure that you don't have that last burp of gas coming through. So you'll always have a clean exit of wine when you empty a tank. They're just really nice. I've worked with tanks at other wineries. I've worked with other tanks here. And the reason that I continue to buy Speidel tanks is because of just the build quality. I am never worried about a well being unsanitary. They're always very clean. I'm never gonna cut my fingers on a sharp edge if I've got wet, soft hands from working in production all day. I know that I can get them clean very easily. There's no hidden areas that somebody didn't think through. It's almost as if the people that designed and built these tanks have used them themselves. My favorite parts of the Speidel tanks over any of the others are build quality and ease of cleaning, ease of use. They're just great tanks all around. They're even fun to look at sometimes. It's almost mesmerizing how well they do with the construction of these tanks. But they stand out. Everybody notices those when they're in a group with others. They just look like they're built better. And when you work with them, you can tell they're built better. More Wine Professional has helped us as a winery because I've got a dedicated service rep. Keith is always available if I need him, even on the weekends, and I know he hates that sometimes, but it's rare that I need him too because the product quality is so great. Tanks, I've never had an issue with. Equipment, if I need a part, I've got somebody right away. But one of the other things that makes More Wine Professional so great is the fact that they've got a warehouse in Pennsylvania too, which is so close to me. I've got products like yeast and tannin additions. Any kind of cellar supply that I need, they've got on hand almost all the time, and it's to me within a day.